Hello everyone. I was looking at my videos today and I realized that I've been slipping slowly away from knife videos. So today I wanted to show you a new knife video. I'm going to be showing you the two, these are two of the same model. One's plain edge, one's serrated. These are both Delta-Z brand Ospreys, Osprey, which is a bird. The model, this was actually Delta-Z's cheapest model knife. Now, most of you, I don't want to say, I don't really know who's looking, but I would say for the most part, most viewers watching this right now are thinking, I don't think I ever heard of Delta-Z knife company. Delta-Z, what's that? Well, Delta-Z knives were nice knives that were made in Italy. The company was based in Italy, although they did get some of their blade steels and stuff from Taiwan, like their AUS 8A, which both of these use. This was the Osprey was their cheapest knife in their line. But anyway, Delta-Z knives, they went out of business. I don't know when they started, but when I got into knives, they weren't really popular, but people definitely knew about them. They were kind of like the popularity that like SOG or SOG has. They're kind of not in the limelight like Benchmade, Spyderco, but people certainly know who they are. But anyway, in about 2000 or 2001, they went out of business. Not because they were broke or anything, but I believe the story I heard was the two owners, they just got interested in other hobbies. They just moved on and they shut their company down. So of course these knives are they're getting a lot harder to find, a lot more rare these days. But every now and then these Ospreys or Osprey, I don't know how to pronounce it, they pop up on eBay. And on average they get about $30 or $40 a piece, and these also come in a black blade, a black version. Pretty unique design. There are a couple companies that have this same design. They copied from it, real cheap knives. If you watch any of those like knife infomercials, like sometimes I'll watch it because it's entertaining to me, but most of the stuff is kind of lame. Those big sets, like you see on the knife shows. If you're interested, one website is cutlerycorner.net. They have like those big deals where you get something, I don't know, for like $100 you get 80 knives or something like that. They have those big sets, but they have a copy of this design. But the design originally came from this knife. You see the logo. It says Osprey and Delta-Z. I really wish I can get a finer view, but anyway, Delta-Z logo looks like that. This is their little catalog. I'll go through that at the end to show you some of their better knives. But anyway, there's the plain edge version, and here's the serrated version. Like I said, these are both AUS 8A steel for the blades, which is pretty decent. Here's a back view of them. But they're really nice knives. Like I said, these are the cheaper knives. They both have textured G10 handle scales. It's a unique design. It's very form-fitting to your hands, comfortable. I like that blade shape. Long, slender, kind of gentleman's knife. They're pretty cool. I had a small collection actually. If you want to check out some of my other Delta-Z knives I had, and also like older knives I used to own, I do have a free website. I made this about a year ago. I went to freewebs.com, and they allow you to make up your own website for free. And of course you have limited space and stuff like that, but it's really easy to use. And I came up with, my name for my page is just Cutlery Lover. And I believe I named it something like Cutlery Lover's Knife Shack or something like that. I know it's lame, but that's what I came up with at the time. And if you want to see that, just go to www.freewebs, FREEWEBS.com/Cutlery Lover. Just my name, and that's it. And I maybe another / on the end of that. But that'll be my page, and I show some of my old battle songs I used to have, and a bunch of these Delta-Z knives. This is the old catalog. They have these beautiful Damascus and like maple burlwood lockbacks. I never owned any of the Damascus knives, although they're very, very beautiful. Real artwork. These, for a production knife, really amazing. Like I said, these Ospreys are kind of the lower end of what they offered. But they have some other hunters here, folding hunters, all different kind of handle material. Now these quote-unquote tactical frames, I did have a couple of these. You'll see that on the website. They're just the T6 aluminum, anodized aluminum handles, liner locks. Pretty basic blade design. They also came in tanto or partially serrated, all different flavors. And I never owned one of these, although I was able to handle a couple of these. These are beautiful, very simple liner locks. Beautiful wood or bone. In this case, I got some horn handle material. Just really classy knives. And again, that's the same thing with the T6 aluminum scales, but with black blades. Some more Damascus fixed blades. These are actually, sometimes these pop on eBay, these models. And they're a little bit more expensive, like $70, $80. The original price here was $79.95. But I have to say, if you find any Delta-Z knife, I would go ahead and buy it. They're very cool, and obviously collectible now. These are really cool. I had a collection. At one point, I only collected Delta-Z knives, but I tried to get this full set. These are the 360 Pivot pen knives, and this is really cool. It had a titanium liner. It was a liner lock, and the pen, it was like kind of, and obviously you saw my Pen and collection. I'm doing little quotes here. I know it's kind of lame, but I found these to be really, really neat. And it was an aluminum pen style shaft. And there's a scale, and it rotated around. The blade came out with it, and it just went 360 degrees back to a full circle, and then locked in place with a little ball bearing. And like I said, there's a little titanium liner in there that kept it in place. And I had the red one, or burgundy, blue, black, white. I never owned the gray. And then at some point, I sold them all. And then later, and these sell original price. Let's see what it was. $120 was the original price on these. And at the time, they were kind of popular, but they weren't very rare. So I had purchased mine for something like $50 or $60 a piece. And at one point, I sold them, and then regretted it and collected again. And when I collected again, I owned the gray, the black, and the blue. And I couldn't find a red or white one. So I never had the complete set, but they're very, very neat knives. And then they had a couple specialty knives here. And another different fixed blade and a pretty cool looking axe there. And then this is a copied design. This is the California Automatic. This is a pretty interesting knife with a lever lock push button, where you would push down on this almost like a diving board off a pool, and this lever would lift here, and that would lift the pin out of the blade. There's a hole in the blade on the inside, and then the spring would catch and, of course, shoot right out. And then the last page here, well, then they just show some accessories. The last page here, I own this knife, and you'll see that in the pictures. This is a kind of an upgraded tactical knife. Really sweet knife. It just fit and finish was beautiful. It's really nice. I picked one up for like $100 or something. Definitely worth it. But anyway, Delta-Z knives, unfortunately, here's all the contact information, but unfortunately it just doesn't exist anymore. See, they were based out in California, but the knives were made in Italy. So I would presume that they would get some of their steel from Taiwan and Japan, all over the place. They would have these things made or manufactured in Italy, and then sent over to California, where they, then split up between dealers. But they're really, really neat company. Now, again, not a lot of people know about them, except for the older knife guys. You can see the liner lock here. Nice solid lockup. These might be very hard to see, but it has that bronze phosphorus washers in there, which make for a very smooth opening. Keep this lightly oiled. Very smooth action. And that was actually before its time. They weren't, not a lot of folders of this price range anyway. We're using the bronze phosphorus washers. But very smooth action. Pretty classy knife. Like I said, I'm happy to still own one of each of these versions. And if you are interested, like I said, they pop up on eBay. I didn't check it right now, but they're usually buy it now. It's for like 30 or 40 bucks. But pretty cool knife, and a little piece of knife history. These will never be made again. They're only going to climb, maybe not in value, but they're definitely going to get harder and harder to find as time goes on. So anyway, that's my little Delta-Z story and my two Delta-Z Ospreys. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.